Now Black Canary for kick, and so on and so forth. Batman can beat Black Widow in a straight-up fight, and he's definitely going to beat her if he's got inside knowledge, has the time to repair and come up with a strategy beforehand. No additional gear required.
What happens if she changes what she does? Because Natasha can do that.
And she also has the infinite resources of S.H.I.E.L.D. I guess that just doesn't factor into it.
Do you think once she hears that Clint was beat, she doesn't go, what's going on?
Easily beat.
Easily beat.
Now things begin to get slightly more difficult.
Slightly!
Oh, slight. It goes up from a level 2 to a level 3. Uh-oh, here comes Captain America.
The man that walked up to Thanos like, let's throw down.
And his entire army. No, she dropped his shield like, here's Lil Wham and Wham.
I don't need no armor.
These, come on.
Amara and Cub.
Batman vs. Captain America is about as close of a fight as you can get, with Steve being physically superior, while Bruce is the more skilled fighter.
Based
upon what? He is. He just is.
Oh, okay.
This is just a fact, and we stated it, and we're done.
Bruce is the more skilled fighter. Batman has a wide arsenal of gear and weapons. Captain America is a shield, the perfect offensive and defensive weapon. So, first...
Iron Man, make me an armor. You telling me that he's never worn an armor in a comic? Why are we giving Batman all of his abilities and powers and everything at his disposal and not giving Cap anything?
Why aren't we giving Black Widow Thor's hammer? Because she had that once.
No.
Oh, we're not doing that?
We give Batman everything, but they're just base level.
Who they are?
Avengers.
Yeah. They're not allowed to be anything more than what they've done. What have you done in the past 2 months? That's all you can do. Batman has 70 years of what he's done, and that's what he can do. Because that's fair. That's fair.
Things first, separate Cap from his shield. More specifically, target him when he isn't even remotely near his shield.
Okay.
Batman should be able to...
Pause. He's literally doing he's jogging, and I'm going to come up and punch him.
Or he's saying Cap throws his shield. He separates Cap from the shield, and now Cap can't do anything.
Shield come back. He's bounced it off walls and it's come back.
Yeah,
before.
But it hasn't come back before as well. Also,
but then he has that magnetic. Did that happen in the last 3 months? I don't think so.
Definitely outfight Steve. Take Captain America out from there. Seeing how he's regularly gone up against and beaten Deathstroke, DC's premier super soldier, essentially Cap.
But Cap is the perfect soldier. He's just some dude that's really good. And you already just separate him for the shield. What if he doesn't separate him for the shield? You got anything against that? Oh, Batman just got vibranium because he researched and studied and he broke into Wakanda and got it.
And what about the times Deathstroke has beaten Batman?
He's not going to mention that because that's not his narrative.
It's equal. But let's...
Wait, did he just say they're equal?
Cap's equal.
Cap's
equal.
What are you basing this on?
Let's just seal the deal. Batman attacks Steve away from the shield and suits of...
Wow, while he's just jogging.
And then hop in that armor. Get that shield away. Hop in that armor. And we won. We got one already. I didn't even expect Cap. You already hopping in this armor, dude. You just just put him in the strongest armor that beat Darkseid, and then he wins.
Wham, wham.
And get him away from the shield as well. And also, he's got to be just off guard. We at one armor already. Come on, dude. You just put him in the strongest armor against just nothing? That's what you got to do for Batman to win?
Seriously? It can't be a fair fight. It cannot be Cap's prepared for the fight. Cap gets no prep time. Natasha gets no prep time. Hawkeye gets no prep time. Just jump Cap while he doesn't have his shield. He's helping an old lady across the street. Drop kick him right there in your strongest dark side armor.
Why aren't we just like Sorbet can beat Goku because he shot him in the heart once when he was off guard? Where's Sorbet stronger than Guy Goku videos? Come on.
Oh, dude, I actually have something.
Batman attacks Steve away from the shield in suits of armor that was specifically designed to beat Captain America, just a normal armored suit that Batman has already created.
Oh, yeah, I don't even need to create new armor.
Just any armor.
Just armor I already got.
This dude pulled a helicopter from the sky, but it's just normal armor and away from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Dude, he made Thanos go, hold up, let me stop toying with this boy a little bit. I had to give him the piece.
Hang on, this dude holding me back. I'm Thanos. I got all these buffs and gems, and this dude holding me back. He's standing up to me? Really? Okay.
Cross counter.
Like no way
But
could
just
Steve
regular
Rogers
armor.
defeat the Hellbat or the Insider suit. Basically,
So just the strongest armor, the fastest armor, away from S.H.I.E.L.D., off guard, beats Cap. And this is a slightly difficult fight for him, and he's already pulling out the strongest armor?
He's talking about this is the closest you're gonna get. No shield, strongest armor.
We got 5 other people, dude.
Why doesn't Cap get Thor's hammer like he has before?
No. How about no? How about no? He's off guard.
Hellbat or the Insider suit. Basically, separate Cap from his shield and then attack. Possibly attack in a suit of armor.
Pause. Separate Batman from his armor and attack.
Yeah, what happens if
Why-
Natasha finds out who Bruce Wayne is?
Why is Batman the offensive dude in these situations?
Because he has the prep time. He gets to go into the battle with the knowledge of this is about to be a battle.
Of course.
They don't get the knowledge of I'm about to get into a fight against Batman. They don't get that opportunity. They don't get that privilege. Batman does. Because that's how he wins.
Possibly attack in a suit of armor in order to ensure there's no chance of losing. Or if you want to go the chemical, biological route,
No.
Batman is able to get a hold of even a small sample of Cap's DNA,
How?
reverse engineer it to create
What?
reverse Vital Rays and depower Steve.
What? So he somehow gets his DNA, somehow makes a reverse super soldier serum, somehow gets that into Cap, somehow it works automatically, and then he just wins. Do you see what the problem is here? Has anybody else recreated the super soldier serum? But Batman can just do that with minimal prep time and just synthesize a reverse super soldier serum and just hit him with it with a little bit of DNA because he's a master chemist, because he's so smart.
Master Chemist.
All right. See y'all
Dude,
next week.
we
See y'all
could-
next week.
We couldn't have scripted that better. Holy. Because he's a master chemist. Because he's so smart. Play. He's a master chemist.
He's a master chemist. That he spent a lifetime coming up with antidotes to various things. So, if anyone...
What are those things?
Various.
And are they things that can depower Steve Rogers? Is there even evidence that it would work? And what happens if it doesn't?
What happens if it doesn't? What if he does it and then just goes, this is going to work, and it just doesn't? He doesn't have a test case.
Steve Rogers cannot get drunk because his body breaks down all that stuff. So what happens if his body breaks down that antidote before it can even take effect?
Good thing you got them 2 armors.
Probably actually would be Batman.
If anybody could do it, it would be Batman. Everybody in Marvel suck balls because y'all not Batman, so y'all not doing it. Black Panther, you cannot do this because your name is not Batman and you don't have Wham Wham.
Reed Richards, get out of here.
Reed Richards, get out of here.
Spidey, none of them. Y'all get out of there. Iron Man, no, you not Batman.
So if anyone can do it, probably actually would be Batman. Either way, Batman comes out on top here.
100%.
And here's where things get significantly more difficult. Big step up from Captain America all the way to Vision. But it is someone that Batman is to go up against and take down. So how can he? Well, first off,
Can I just say, there are 10 minutes of this video left, and he has Hulk, Vision, Wanda, and Thor left.
And Iron Man.
So he's basically dedicating, because he's going to go like, subscribe, maybe Instagram and all that stuff. So he probably has about 1:40 per person here.
That's how long it's going to take Batman to wham wham, homie. You know it. Get in there.
Well, being an android, he's susceptible to EMP blast or being hacked. He can still be injured just as normally as others by magic, and his density can also be used against him. Those are all weak.
So are we saying that Batman will suddenly get magic?
Oh, he has it.
Yeah, he does have it with the dagger. Is he gonna dagger him?
Yeah, he's gonna dagger him, and he can't phase through that dagger. Yeah, he's just gonna dagger him.
Composite Batman beats all. It's just 4 Batman in a giant Batman suit.
Vision's gonna be sleeping, and it's gonna be like Luke Skywalker just over him with the dagger.
Here it comes.
Here comes this murder.
And his density can also be used against him. Those are all weaknesses that Batman can exploit here in this fight, especially considering he's routinely figuring out how to take down Cyborg.
Cyborg is not.
It's not even close to Vision.
They're not even in the same league. He's got a Infinity Stone. This is just a dude with a lot of tech. He can't phase through anything. He's not super durable. He's not an. Come on now, you just go. He already beat a mechanical dude, so he can beat all mechanical dudes. Done and dusted.
He's basically a phasing, walking supercomputer. As in, he can phase his arm into a cannon or something.
Done.
He's not going through objects. It's not the same.
Backed into and completely paralyzed Cyborg.
He understands Cyborg's makeup. He doesn't know Vision.
Are we going?
Does he even know what Vision is made of?
Are we already going armor?
Each electromagnetic nerve tree scrambler, or at least the same EMP blast, disabled 780,000 OMAX. Batman.
Those are OMAX from his universe. Does he know what Vision is made of, and would an EMP work on him?
Would it even work?
How
about this? You show some evidence that happened.
Way to use Vision's density control against him, seeing as this isn't particularly new to him. He's countering density control, intangibility, all throughout his costumed career.
In what way?
It'd be tough. I think Batman can take down Vision.
You haven't given an argument. He can counter it. He has before. And he beat Cyborg, so it'll be tough, but he can do it.
He has an EMP blast, win. He can use his density against him, win.
That's terrible. Dude, you're not making an argument at all. You're just going, he has before, and he can.
He's speed running how Batman can beat these people. He's used EMPs against Cyborg before, and Cyborg is basically Vision, so Batman wins. Moving on.
There's no argument there. He's not put up any sort of scenario where this happens. He just goes, he has countered this before.
He's able to take down Cyborg. He's just too experienced going up against and taking down other robots and androids.
Robots and androids he's encountered before.
Infinite prep time.
Infinite prep time. Vision can't know. Oh, and what's the battleground here? Because before you said, oh, just fight Hawkeye, just fight Roman off, just separate Cap from his shield. He fight him when he doesn't have it. What's the battleground here?
Football field.
Iron Man is going to be another.
Nope, just move on.
Yep, we done. He beat him. He did. He's win.
Does Vision know anything about Batman? Is Vision coming from the sky blasting him?
Nope. He's just sitting there making some food for Scarlet Witch, and then just wham! I beat you.
And then Scarlet Witch, whatever she's getting.
Another insanely tough one for Batman to take down, simply because Tony is similar to Bruce in this regard, having prepared for most all.
I really do not like the semi-chuckles in his words. It's very irritating.
Dude, he's a Batman fan.
It's
so
like,
he's just like, oh, watch this, y'all, watch this.
It's just like, it's so ridiculous I even have to say these things. Y'all should just know.
Yeah, of course.
Bruce in this regard, having prepared for most all possible scenarios or attempts to take him down. Namely, he's highly resistant to EMP blast or hacking attempts. Iron Man can be taken out by EMP blasts. He's not completely immune to them, but they have to be absolutely massive, just completely over the top. He's even said that all of his core suits.
So
where is your evidence that Vision got taken out by a regular EMP blast?
And at the point that the EMP blast needs to be, isn't that also disabling Batman's tech? So what is he doing? Is he just like, okay, I got this anti-EMP that's gonna scramble a large enough EMP that disables Iron Man, but it's not gonna affect me or any of my tech?
Top. He's even said that all of his core suits are shielded against sun flare level EMP attacks, something that Batman will have a real difficult time replicating. Iron Man's suits also.
Did you hear how he said real difficult but not impossible?
Yeah.
He's like, okay, how are you facing off against 12 armors, Batman?
Hey, he's about to say it. Listen.
Unless he's just in one armor and it's just like Mach 2. Dude.
Listen.
This dude.
Iron Man's suits are also highly resistant to hacking. But just like EMPs, he's not completely immune to them, considering that his suits have been consistently hacked and turned against him in the past. So it's definitely a solid possibility that Batman could take out Iron Man through one of those two methods. But it's definitely the hardest course of action.
What? So you're using times where he has been EMP'd and just going, yeah, it can happen. Again, Luchador broke his back. Easy.
Break the back.
Why? But this isn't being held against him. But these things are being held against these other people.
It's Marvel, baby.
So it's definitely a solid possibility that Batman could take out Iron Man through one of those two methods. But it's definitely the hardest course of action that he's got at his disposal. Batman can also just try and beat Iron Man in a straight up fight.
Wham wham!
We up to 2 armors.
Dude, you not beating Iron Man
Seriously?
in an Iron Man battle.
If he got all these armors that are taking out Iron Man and Cap, why isn't he just constant in them? Why is Poison Ivy a threat? Who is Black Mask to this armor?
Combat armor or an armor they specifically created to beat Tony.
Pause. Oh, he can just make an armor to beat Tony.
And does Tony not get a chance to create an armor that could just beat Batman?
No. See, that's his thing. He can just make an armor. And that's his argument. And he wins. He makes an armor and he wins.
Just make an armor that counters this person. Just make device that counter person.
Done. And he wins. Because he's the smartest, he's the best, he's gonna be the strongest.
Again, it's going to be insanely hard for Batman to do so. I mean, he's essentially trying to beat Iron Man at his own game. And Iron Man is the MVP.
His own game. Ooh, but he's gonna.
He's essentially trying to beat Iron Man at his own game, and Iron Man is the MVP. Instead, Bruce is smart. He'll try and take out Tony Stark instead of trying to take out Iron Man. I mean, Tony Stark is the most stable or steady person.
Pause. Is he going fear gas, or is he going, he's going to bankrupt him? And then he's going to be all emotionally unstable, and then wham, wham.
This is the lowest point in my armor.
He's really susceptible to highs and lows.
So is Batman.
So is Batman.
What's that mean? Are we forgetting the time that Batman saw his parents and was crying on the ground going, "Don't leave me"? Are we just forgetting this?
The bottle storyline. So Bruce Wayne.
One.
Yeah. See, that one negative is all you need. So that's all, you've already taken him down.
So what
Batman
you gonna do?
has no negatives. It's nothing but positives. But everybody else said they have to be taken off guard or wham wham armor, or here's just one negative point that they had, so they can't be taken down with mental stuff. Done.
Isn't that the argument against Superman? That he has no negatives? Except Kryptonite, which is, Kryptonite, a gray rock is beating me. He's so trash. What is Batman's lows?
After Tony Stark, he goes after Stark Industries. Well, that could actually be more effective than going after Iron Man.
Iron Man has more money than Batman.
My goodness. How is he going to go after him? Bruce Wayne was bankrupted in like 2 hours in The Dark Knight Rises by a couple of thugs. And it was just like, well, he just lost all of his money. So what? You telling me that's gonna happen again to Tony? Wait, what? That was so stupid, and a lot of people agreed that was stupid. How is he gonna bankrupt Tony and just go, yep, this is satisfying and this is real and I accept it?
How does Tony allow somebody to completely bankrupt him without him even knowing?
And even if he does get bankrupted, he's got, let's say, 10 suits, each of them worth a bill. Sell one of them.
Actually, some precedent for this. Circle back around to the Tower Babel storyline. Green Arrow was a JLO reserve member at the time, so Batman's strategy to take him down was to target him with any number of negative or positive changes in his personal life and fortune, knowing that this
But wait, why when Batman can just throw them hands?
Because he was a reserve member, it didn't matter.
You're not even worth whams.
I'll just do psychological warfare on you. But what about Bane releasing a bunch of criminals and making him all tired and then breaking his back?
That's not his narrative. That's not what he's trying to
Why
push.
can't other people do this to Bruce Wayne?
distract him.
Oliver is worth $2 billion.
Compared to more money vis-a-vis Tony Stark.
So
This
he
will
can just do
distract
it.
him
No matter who
because
the
Oliver
money
Queen
is, he can do it.
It's every bit the playboy that Bruce himself pretends to be. And again, Batman is incredibly skilled at doing this, because he's done it before. He's used corporate takeover tactics in order to defeat Lex Luthor. He even says he just understands business and plays the game much better than Lex Luthor.
Disgusting. Absolutely
Nope,
disgusting.
he just did it, and he's Batman, and no arguments here.
Bruh, this is gross.
He's done this once before, so he can do it forever and to anyone. He's beaten an android before, so he can beat all androids. He's taken over a business before, he can take over all businesses.
And strategize beforehand. I'm sure Bruce could do the same with Tony.
But Tony doesn't get that chance.
No. And once Tony is broke, well, he got nothing to lose, so he's fighting 3 times as hard, isn't he? Or is he just like, oh man, I'm broke, and then he just goes into a depression?
Especially since Tony's already prone to spiraling, falling in dark places. Now,
And
we're done. And we're done. How does he beat him? Well, he just bankrupts him, and then he wins.
so he doesn't beat Iron Man. Dude.
or hopping that armor.
This man is saying Batman single-handedly is taking out the entire Avengers.
He going one by one and going, I guess he can like bankrupt him or something. that was his argument.
And I wouldn't mind, but he's so like definitive with it. Batman has done it before, and I'm sure he could do it for Tony Stark. Ollie Green versus Tony Stark. Ollie Queen. Why did I say Green? Probably because he's Green Arrow.
With Wanda, at first glance, it seems like you go after her mental state.
No, you're vaporized, and the entire universe is vaporized.
Yeah, you
and-
go after
and
her
changed.
mental state. You don't know what's gonna happen. It could be all bad.
Notoriously unstable. Batman could just drive her to the breaking point.
Yeah, that's smart.
And then she wipes out reality. I win.
Or just going, you messing with my mind, I'ma turn you into a duck.
Is if Batman did do this,
Did you hear the
well, she
chuckle?
could possibly manipulate and destroy all of reality. At the very least, she could lash out and destroy Batman. Scarlet Witch just gets more and more powerful and unpredictable the more and more unstable she gets.
So what's the plan?
So trying to mentally manipulate her or break her obviously isn't the smartest strategy.
Then why'd you bring it up?
However, Wanda is just a human, meaning she's just as durable as a human. So Batman could take her off a sneak attack. Considering that she's not omniscient, won't see him coming, and he's gonna have to vanish from Superman and Martian Manhunter's sight or telepathy.
How do you get past
How?
telepathy?
How? No, he just did it. How did he do it? Well, he's Batman. He could just do it. He can just sneak up on Wanda and catch her off guard, one-shot her to where she's incapacitated and has no counter moves, and he wins. Easy. Moving on.
He can also use knockout darts or knockout gas that's instantly taken out both Killer Croc and Clayface.
Pause.
What is the threat to Batman?
Are you just saying that's just gonna work?
And again, you're just saying that's gonna work.
She's not putting up like a bubble or a mask in front of her or anything. That's just gonna work. She's taking all. You just gotta take her off guard somehow, and then hit her with some gas or a needle somehow, and hope that in those 5 seconds while it's working, she doesn't just vaporize you
Or all reality.
or all of reality.
Definitely one of the harder Avengers to put down just because she's such a powerful wild card. And Batman would have to be at the top of his game. But I think he could do it. Then we come to the
Oh, we're done. So what is his plan? Somehow sneak up on her and somehow hit her with some gas or something. That's your argument? That's what we doing?
He's done it before.
Dude. See, you put out this video? You edited this way? Yeah, that's fine. People are going to accept this.
I wonder if people accepted it.
real big guns. Hulk and Thor. If Batman thought any of these previous heroes were hard to put down, man, you haven't seen nothing yet. Hulk is
That's why I dedicated an entire 5 minutes to these two.
No, homie. 3 minutes. And then the wrap up.
arguably the strongest and the most durable Avenger. And he's got an absolutely incredible
You know who the other argument is? Thor, who actually has a brain.
And also Iron Man.
to boot. There's honestly no feasible way that Batman is going to beat the Hulk. No way.
He can beat
And I know,
Bruce Banner.
he's technically beaten the Hulk in a crossover, but nothing about that fight made sense.
None about
The
these
idea
fights
that
make
kick
sense.
from Batman would stagger into the Hulk, not just break Batman's leg. Man, that's on par with Batman kicking the Spectre in the face and injuring him. So all this means that Batman wants to beat Hulk, he's not going to beat the Hulk. He's going to beat Bruce Banner, just like with Iron Man and Tony Stark. However, this is a whole lot easier said than done.
It's a whole lot easier said than done. What is
Bruce can pretty much instantly turn to the Hulk whenever in a life-threatening situation, almost like a subconscious self-defense tactic. It's just like what he said on Avengers. I put a bullet in my mouth and the guy spit it out. So knockout gas or a dart could possibly put him down.
No.
Like it did with Wanda.
No.
That's a real risky proposition.
No.
Seeing as even 1/10, 1/100th second delay, you could end up facing the Hulk.
Same thing with Wanda. You could end up facing no reality. But it was good enough for her, so it's good enough for Bruce Banner.
Iron Man could put his hand in his pocket and create, and just have his Iron Man hand and create a blaster in a second. You telling me that? Why was that not a factor in the story? Why did he beat Iron Man? But
he beat Tony Stark, remember?
So now reaction times come into play. When everybody else is getting knocked out instantly before they can even counteract.
Whammed.
Realistically, the best way for Batman to defeat the Hulk is the same way the Illuminati managed to defeat the Hulk, by launching him out into outer space.
He came back super angry and beat all of them. That's not winning. That's a delay. That's putting a wall in front of him where he's gonna break that wall down.
Outer space.
How is he gonna get him into space?
Yeah, how's he gonna capture the Hulk to throw him into space?
You got the greatest minds in the world, and you just got Batman.
He's the greatest mind. He's like all three of them combined, though.
4, Professor X as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
You know, the telepath.
And seeing as Batman has consistently managed to restrain and trap powerful foes, even trapping and restraining Superman, I'm sure that Bruce could...
With his weakness.
And again,
Red Kryptonite.
I'm sure that Bruce Wayne can do this to the Hulk. That's his whole thing. I'm sure he can.
Why
he
are
has
you so
before.
sure?
He's not putting up any kind of arguments.
Hulk does not have the weakness of Superman.
How is he gonna put him in a rocket ship, one that he cannot break out of, to launch him into space?
Superman, I'm sure that Bruce could find some way to restrain the Hulk.
I'm sure he
Some
can find
way.
some way. I don't know.
Whatever way that is, some way.
I'm sure he can, though. Whatever. I'm sure Hawkeye can find some way to restrain Wonder Woman. I'm sure he can. So he wins. You see, that's the argument that you're presenting, dude.
I'm sure Hawkeye could find a way to shoot Bruce Wayne / Batman. That's your argument. But what about... I'm sure of it.
I'm sure he can, because he has before with other stronger people. So he can. And there's a precedent for him getting launched into space and it working, except for when it doesn't work, when he comes back and just kills everybody. But whatever.
At least for the time it takes to launch him out into space. That really does seem to be the best strategy here. However,
Done.
Rap zone.
We done. Launch him into space.
Somehow.
I'm sure he can.
This is the video you picked?
Dude, I didn't know.
Here's the hardest one of all. Thor. The guy is a legitimate god. And has no notable weaknesses that Batman can exploit. Even with the Hulk can go after his alter ego Bruce Banner. But with Thor, well, you have to face Thor. No way around it. So can Batman pull it off?
No.
Well, the most obvious answer would be to use a tooth from the Midgard serpent, seeing as venom is poisonous and can take out Asgardian gods.
Pause. So he somehow has to get a tooth, somehow bring it to Earth or wherever they're fighting, and then somehow stab him with it. These 3 somehows need to happen for him to maybe beat him. And then the venom has to work instantly. Otherwise, you get a lightning bolt to the face or a fist or whatever.
It would be insanely difficult for Batman to get one. If Dr. Octopus was able to get one and give it to Rhino, then I'm sure Batman can acquire one too. And seeing as how Rhino is able to impale Thor with a tooth.
Dr. Octopus, who has known about Thor for a decade, I'm sure he can find some out about him. You're going, Bruce Wayne researched these people for X amount of time, infinite prep time. What am I even talking about?
Prep time.
He can find a way.
So since somebody has done this before, that means Batman can do it. How can Batman beat Thor? Well, the same way that some other dude did. Did that put him down forever? Or did he get up and just go, okay, now I'm going to turn around and shock you?
As its
Are
horn.
we're not seeing the end of this fight. Is that just it?
I'm sure that Batman in the Hellbat suit could do it as well, seeing as both stronger and faster than Rhino. Then he can always go the route of Wonder Woman and Tower Babel. Like Thor, Diana doesn't have
What
any noticeable or
say?
exploitable weaknesses.
What did I say?
Nothing like Superman's Kryptonite or Fire of Martian Manhunter.
What did
However,
I say?
Batman was able to use her personality and fighting spirit against her. He knew that Diana wouldn't accept failure or lose a fight. So his plan was to use virtual reality and a nanite implant in order to make her believe that she was facing off against an exact duplicate of herself. Someone who is her perfect equal in strength, speed, and skill, with the ultimate plan being to have Wonder Woman fake fight until her heart gave out. Batman uses the same strategy here against Thor,
Pause.
seeing as a whole.
Again, does he have a heart? Does he need to breathe? He survived in space. So he just fights forever and he never tires out. Diana, heart attack. Got it. Does he have at least human-like physiological? Or is he just hoping and expecting, well, he beat a god with no weakness before, so he can do the exact same thing?
Yeah, that one.
Wonder Woman, Thor isn't going to give up on a fight. Batman also might be able to manipulate the simulation in some way where Thor actually believes that he's unworthy to wield Mjolnir.
Oh my god.
He might be able to manipulate the simulation. Oh. Well.
Losing his greatest asset in a fight and making him much easier to beat, especially the Hellbat and the Serpent's Tooth. So, end of the day, can Batman beat the Avengers? Well, technically, yes.
No. Technically, no. You're going, Batman gets infinite prep time, and these people can't know he's coming.
And he can sneak up on anybody at any time and just instantly incapacitate them to where they have zero reaction.
So why can't Hawkeye shoot Batman while he's asleep?
No.
No.
This only has to work for Batman in order for him to win. Again, you can put that argument with anybody in that case.
If it's just, they can do whatever they need to do to win the fight, and the person that they're winning the fight against can't know they're coming.
And they are a composite version of themselves with all the knowledge and abilities and resources that they've ever had in any certain point in history. Except, and their villain and their opponent just has only what they have, not what they've ever had. Tony has one armor. Cap, no Mjolnir.
I honestly think it would just be like 1 time out of 10. Because there are a few things that we didn't really.
Wouldn't even be one.
Wouldn't even. Why make the video then? If I heard that part, I wouldn't have brought this video up. I just heard, yeah, technically, yeah. And I went, good, cool.
You just needed 2 more seconds.
Why make the video if you're just bullished in all these scenarios to maybe beat one? About. First off, well, I have mentioned it, Marvel heroes really don't have exploitable weaknesses like DC heroes, making it a whole lot harder for Bruce to get the job done. Secondly, Batman's contingency plans against the Justice League really never work. The League of Assassins took Batman's plans and modified them to make them lethal during Tower of Babel, and he did defeat them in the Justice League Buster, but they were brainwashed and mind-controlled. That's really half victory at best. Then lastly, this whole video is predicated on ignoring the fact that the Avengers actually talk to each other. They see the Hulk launch into space or Iron Man lose all his fortune. They're obviously gonna get suspicious. And yeah, you could argue that Batman could just unleash all 8 plans all at once.
Yeah, you.
That's a whole lot for Batman to juggle,
Yep,
even if
sure
he is
can.
Batman.
He's ambushing
So
two
yeah,
people
Batman
at once.
could beat the Avengers
No, he can't.
1 time out of 10.
No.
Probably even more like 1-2 times out of 100.
No.
But hey, that still counts.
No, it doesn't.
Batman can use prep to beat the Avengers.
No, he can't.
It's just more times than not, I'm still going to take the Avengers in a fight. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts.
So in order for this video to work, he has to go, can Batman beat the Avengers? Yes, but also no.
Yes,
you having it
one
both
time out of
ways,
1,000.
dude. You can't do that. Come on. Are you serious? Why not put that up in the beginning instead of just going at the end like, yeah. You spent like
Because
10 minutes
people won't
going,
watch.
here's all the stuff that Batman can do and has done that can set him up against the Avengers. And then just going, yeah, he could probably make something like that. Why didn't he go, he could probably make something out of that. But in reality, Thor versus Batman at 1 out of 9, maybe. Do that for each Avengers instead of just going, yeah, he could beat him. He could bankrupt Tony. That's done.
I'm sure of it.
I'm sure of it. He could bankrupt Tony. 7-3 matchup in Iron Man's favor. Say something like that instead of just going, yeah, he wins. And then at the end just going, but no, though. -9.
-8. No. I didn't like his delivery. -9. What?
Why do videos always have to, why do some people think that they can have it just both ways?
Because that way you don't alienate anyone,
Piss
and
off.
everyone is satisfied. So the Batman fans go, see all this stuff, he can beat this person in the Avengers, excuse me, or the Avengers as a whole. But then the other person can go, yeah, but he also said it would be so minute that it's not even worth bringing up. The video points to both of these and goes, yeah, you're right.
It's so minute, it's not even worth bringing it up. But he did bring it up and made a video about it and made at least points. Wasn't good points.
Nope.
Wasn't smart points.
Nope.
But they were points.
Yep.
Dude, he shouldn't have even brought up Wanda and Vision.
No, that was
That was a
disgusting.
mistake. Because you went, yeah, maybe he sneaks up on her and he's beat androids before, so whatever, baby, it happens.
Cyborg is not Vision. It's not the same. A bunch of Omax, who cares?
That was real bad.
That was really, really bad.
That was exactly what I expected. I expected, if you think of like, if Kuro and Usopp actually had a fight, you go, okay, we know what they can do. Here's how they could possibly have that fight. Enelu versus Croc, you go, okay, boom, boom, boom. You don't go, maybe this,
No,
maybe.
I'm sure Enelu can beat him because of this. You don't go, freaking Luffy versus all 5 admirals. Can he beat them? Well, Luffy could heat up his body against Aokiji, so the ice wouldn't be effective. So, and then he whams. That's
This
not
is
how it works.
Horrible arguments. This wasn't even. Dude, he fell apart at Cap.
When you go, can Batman beat the Avengers? And at the end, you're saying it's like 1 out of 100. How about you go, this is how Batman could win. This is how the Avenger could win. Or it's an actual fight instead of Batman getting all this special treatment.
And all these abilities and all this prep time and all these smarts and all these resources where Cap has to get separated from his shield, hop in that armor, and ambush and wham to beat Cap.
Don't know what we're doing next. -9. That was terrible.
That was a real bad video.
It won't be part 5. I can tell you that though.
You don't know.
So who could put out a part 5 video tomorrow that would just be like, you're right.